We've already covered the Volkswagen Virtus in both its automatic transmission guises. That's a 1.5 litre engine with a 7-speed DSG gearbox and a 1 litre turbo petrol engine with a 6-speed automatic gearbox. This very car, however, is where the Volkswagen Virtus range starts. This one runs the 1 litre engine with a 6-speed manual gearbox. Prices for the Virtus 1.0 TSI MT start at 11.21 lakh rupees ex-showroom for the Comfort line and top off at 14.41 lakh rupees for the top line featured here. That's 1.3 lakh rupees less than what the 1.0 TSI automatics cost. Pricing for the manual is also at par with cousin Skoda Slavia, though the comparable Honda City 1.5 manual costs about 50,000 rupees less. In terms of engine specifications, there are no surprises. As you may know, the 1.0 TSI direct injection turbocharged petrol engine is shared with the Skoda Kushaq and Slavia and Volkswagen Tiguan and makes the same 115 horsepower and 178 Newton meters in this application. And unsurprisingly, the driving experience is very similar too. The Virtus starts out smoothly and you really won't have any problem keeping up with the flow of traffic. When you do press down hard on the rare occasion that you need to make a very quick overtake, you will find a moment's hesitation from the engine till the time the turbo spools up. But after that, you really won't be left wanting for more power. What also helps the experience in town is that the gear ratios are well selected, so you won't be changing gears all that often. Gear shifts are nice and smooth, and even the clutch is very progressive, so it's easy to modulate, though some might find the travel a bit long. As standard, the Virtus gets idle stop-start, which shuts the engine off at long hauls to save fuel. You'd probably keep the system off on hot days to keep the air conditioner running. And it's when you're idling at long hauls you'd have a happy realization that those vibrations typically associated with a 3-cylinder engine are missing. And even when you're driving at normal speeds, you won't really hear much from the engine bay. Drive a bit harder and you will find that the note is a bit grainy, and when you drive a lot harder, the engine does get fairly audible. The thing is, this engine will entice you to drive with enthusiasm every now and then. Sorry for the cliche, but this TSI engine really does punch above its weight. It does everything possible to hide the fact that it's got all of 3 cylinders and 1 litre. The engine feels lively after 1800 RPM, and if you really extend it, it will even rev well past 6000 RPM. And when you're in the mood, you'll have great fun slamming through the gears. The throws are short, the gear shifts are very smooth, and even the clutch is very progressive. Complementing that performance is the keen handling. It's entertaining in the corners too. It feels grippy, it feels poised. The steering is a bit light, but I think you can still have quite a bit of fun. In other areas, this Virtus is no different to the ones we've driven before already. At higher speeds, you like the fact that the Virtus drives like a sure-footed European car. You get a great sense of confidence. Low speed, also you'll note that the suspension is very supple. It absorbs a lot of the bumps very, very well. So that's a quick overview of how the Virtus 1.0 TSI MT drives. In other areas, it's no different to the 1.0 AT that we've covered at length before. Highlights include a massive 521-litre boot, great legroom at the back, and large and supportive seats up front. The dashboard is also stylish, though that slick 10-inch touchscreen you see there might just make way for a smaller 8-inch unit in the near future. Features-wise, the Virtus in top-line trim does well for itself with a large touchscreen with wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. There are digital dials, auto climate control, very handy ventilated front seats, and a nice 8-speaker sound system. Safety kit includes 6 airbags and ESC, and what stays with you is that all-encompassing feeling of toughness to the car. So, should you be interested in one? Given our ever-worsening traffic conditions, a manual wouldn't be the version we'd readily recommend. However, like with its cousin from Skoda, the Slavia, things are different with the Virtus 1.0 TSI MT. It's a car that's convenient enough to drive in town, yet one that delivers the fun you'd associate with a manual car. The fact that it's 1.3 lakh rupees more affordable than a comparable Virtus 1.0 TSI AT makes it that whole lot more interesting.